dare you to play a game that's so crazy, so weird, and might even end in an unexpected way. Oh, wait a second. Just kidding! I dare you not to do any of those things because these games can get very dangerous. In today's video, we're looking at the worst truth or dare accidents that have ever happened, and some of them might just end up in death. Family, I dare you to smash like on today's video to make sure you are safe, not like the people we're about to see in today's video. Because I heard if we get 5 likes on today's video, then you're gonna have 5 great years of good luck. Oh yeah, and subscribe to AnythingAlexia too if you're not already subscribed. And if you are, I love you.
Jump if you dare. On May 24th, 2023, just days after graduating high school, 18-year-old Cameron Robbins from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge? Wait a second, this dude lives in a restaurant? Free food for life! If I lived in a restaurant, I am not graduating from high school. The only teaching I would need is how to wolf down a triple quadruple cheeseburger. Because even though it's free, I'm still gonna get my money's worth.
Was celebrating with several hundred classmates on a trip to the Bahamas. They were staying at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort in Nassau.
Fancy.
That evening, the group attended a sunset party cruise aboard Blackbeard's Revenge, a pirate-themed party boat.
And anybody else see a problem with this? Pirates taking you out on the water in the darkest part of the night. The boat is dark, the sky is too. These pirates on this pirate ship are probably going to be kidnapping you.
Around 9:40 p.m., near the uninhabited Athol Island northeast of Nassau, someone dared Cameron to jump off the boat into the dark ocean. Several students tried to grab him and stop him. They reached for him, attempting to hold him back, but Cameron broke free from their grip. He jumped into the water. Footage captured the aftermath. Cameron could be seen swimming in the dark waters. Friends threw a life preserver toward him. People screamed, "Grab the buoy! Hey, the buoy!"
Wait, grab the buoy or grab the boy? Because who are we actually trying to save here?
Trying desperately to direct him to the flotation device. But Cameron appeared to swim away from it. Within seconds, he vanished from view. The boat remained anchored for hours as students searched frantically. The U.S. Coast Guard, Royal Bahamas Defense Force, and United Cajun Navy searched the waters until about 3 a.m. Royal Bahamas Defense Force Commodore Raymond King called the area really shark-infested.
No! Wait, are they trying to say there's a bunch of sharks in the water, or are they trying to diss our boy Cameron? Shark-infested water? Just because a boy jumped into the water when he may or may not have drank one too many blue raspberry freeze doesn't automatically mean he's blue in the face and you can call him a sharky. Maybe the Bahamas actually has a lot of real-life sharks, who knows?
He said, "The probability of survival decreases significantly, particularly if a person did not have on a life vest, and particularly if a person is perceived to be intoxicated." The search covered 325 miles over 2 days.
That's far.
On May 27th, authorities called off the search. Cameron Robbins was officially designated lost at sea. His body was never recovered. A memorial service was held at Broadmoor United Methodist Church in Baton Rouge.
At the restaurant again? I mean, come on, guys. Can we have a little bit more class? I mean, I know you guys love their barbecue sauce flavored ribs, but maybe poor Cameron's casket does not want to smell like barbecue sauce as well.
Cameron was described by his baseball coach as a fierce competitor and by his family as funny and kind-hearted.
Now, family, this is a warning. Do not do a dare just because somebody dares you to. But seriously, right now, I do dare you to comment down below a water emoji for Cameron.
My darkest secret. On May 28th, 2018, in the early hours of the morning,
low-key, this girl probably has a very big secret, because not trying to be rude, she has a lot of years on you. So that is just a lot of extra years to build up even bigger and crazier secrets. Granny, what are you hiding?
a neighbor looked out her window in Haysham, Lancashire, and saw flames at 94-year-old Mary Gregory's bungalow.
Fire?
Firefighters rushed to the scene and found Mrs. Gregory unconscious in the conservatory, suffering from smoke inhalation. She was treated by paramedics and rushed to Royal Lancaster Hospital, but died 4 days later. An investigation by Lancashire Fire and Rescue Service concluded the most probable cause was a dropped or carelessly discarded cigarette. Mrs. Gregory was a heavy smoker with dementia. The coroner recorded a verdict of accidental death. The case was closed. Then, weeks after the funeral, during a game of Truth or Dare with two friends, 17-year-old Tiernan Darnton revealed his darkest secret.
Uh-oh. It wasn't even Granny who was holding the secret. It was this kid right here. Judging by the fact that that kid's hair looks the same color as a yellow Sharpie, I think something's gonna be wrong.
He told them, "I have a secret I haven't told anyone. I may have killed someone." His friends didn't believe him. He persuaded them to keep quiet.
What?
In May 2019, during a counseling session, Darnton mentioned a friend who could send me to prison cause of what he knows. He added that he had felt powerful at Mrs. Gregory's funeral because he knew what had happened and everyone else in the room didn't. The counselor ended the session by saying, "I think you're trying to tell me you've killed someone." Darnton mouthed, "Yes." Police reopened the case. They discovered drawings of Mrs. Gregory's floor plan with labels like "good hiding place" and "quick exit." Evidence showed he had set the curtains on fire with a lighter, unplugged the phone, disabled a smoke alarm, and placed a table in front of the conservatory doors to block her escape.
Hold on. What exactly is going on here? And why does this dude have something against this poor little old lady? What did Granny ever do to you? Except probably make you a very delicious chicken noodle soup.
Investigators found disturbing searches under 18 murder and how long do murderers serve in prison. In November 2021, Darnton was convicted of murder and sentenced to life with a minimum of 15 years.
Wait, why would he tell people that in a truth or dare? This dude was so nervous about going to prison, he was Googling all the questions, but just gave himself up in a game of truth or dare with his pals on a Friday night? Either that kid had way too much faith in his two best friends, or he just really loves truth or dare. If they ask me, truth officer, I just gotta confess. Weird.
On a summer day in 2024, two teenagers, ages 15 and 16, were part of a group chat where dares were being shared among friends.
Not the same bed where the other three friends were. This friend group is cursed.
The conversation turned to jumping off a bridge into Lake Hartwell, South Carolina. The pressure mounted through messages. Other teens egged them on. The two decided to go through with it. They drove to the bridge and climbed onto the railing. The drop to the water below was significant. Without hesitation,
Bad idea.
Both teens jumped.
No.
They plunged into Lake Hartwell.
No.
Friends watching from the shore expected to see them surface. Seconds passed, then minutes. Neither came back up. Emergency services were called immediately. Dive teams searched the lake. Eventually, both bodies were recovered. Neither teen had made it back to shore. The local community was devastated. Candlelight vigils were held. Parents gathered, holding candles and photographs of the two teenagers. Flowers and messages were left at the bridge. In the days that followed, parents across the community warned about peer pressure games spreading through social media.
Like truth or dare? What even happened in that water? Did they hit a rock on the way down? Or was the pressure from hitting the water so strong that they just completely passed out?
The group chat that had contained the dare was examined by authorities. Friends who had participated in encouraging the jump were left traumatized. Counselors were brought into local schools. The deaths sparked conversations about the deadly consequences of online dares. The bridge where the teenagers jumped became a memorial site. Parents begged other teenagers to think before accepting dangerous dares, no matter how much pressure they felt from their peers. The community mourned two young lives lost to a moment of reckless decision-making.
Oh, that's so sad.
The boiling water incident. On March 22, 2017, in Florida, 8-year-old Kihari Pope was at a sleepover with her cousin and friends. The children decided to play Truth or Dare. The game started innocently.
Classic. But I bet you whatever's about to happen next is not classic at all.
Then, someone dared Kiari to drink boiling water through a straw. The other children thought it would be funny to see if she would actually do it. Kihari accepted the dare. She put the straw to her lips and drank the scalding liquid. Immediately, she began screaming in agony. The boiling water burned her mouth, throat, and lungs. She collapsed. The adults rushed her to the hospital. Doctors discovered she had suffered severe internal burns to her throat and respiratory system. Kihari was placed in intensive care. She underwent multiple surgeries. For months, she lived with severe complications from the burns. Her airway was damaged. She struggled to breathe. The internal injuries were catastrophic. Despite the medical team's efforts, Kihari's condition continued to deteriorate. The damage to her throat and lungs was too extensive.
Wait, she got worse over time? Her lungs or throat never healed?
Eventually, 4 months later, she died from the injuries sustained from drinking the boiling water.
No.
The case shocked the nation. Parents were horrified that such a simple dare could result in death. Warning messages spread across social media about the deadly risks of dares among children. Kihari's family spoke out, hoping to prevent other children from accepting dangerous dares. Her death became a cautionary tale in schools across the country. The children who had dared her to drink the boiling water were left traumatized by what had happened.
True. Somebody else dared her to do that. So what happens to the other kids? Do they get in trouble? Or do they just live their life remembering what tragically happened?
Kihari Pope was just 8 years old. The slug
That's
incident.
so young.
On a warm evening in 2010, 19-year-old Sam Ballard was at a party in Sydney, Australia, with his rugby teammates.
I've never gone to Australia before. Family, comment down below if you have, and smash like on today's video if you want to go.
They were drinking wine in a backyard. The conversation was lighthearted. Then someone spotted a garden slug crawling across the patio. As a joke, one of Sam's friends dared him to swallow it.
Oh,
Everyone laughed.
a
It seemed
slug?
like harmless fun. Sam picked up the slug and swallowed it whole. Everyone cheered.
A slug is like a giant worm. Ugh.
The party continued. Sam went home that night
Ugh.
thinking nothing of it. Days passed. Then Sam began feeling strange.
Yeah.
He developed severe pain in his leg.
Probably because that giant slug is crawling all over your body.
Within weeks, he could barely walk. He went to the hospital. Doctors discovered the slug had carried rat lungworm parasites. The parasites had infected Sam's brain, causing a severe infection called eosinophilic meningoencephalitis.
Doctor, is it serious?
Sam fell into a coma for 420 days.
What?
When he finally woke up, he was paralyzed from the neck down. The infection had left him a quadriplegic. He couldn't walk, couldn't feed himself, couldn't breathe without assistance. For 8 years, Sam lived with severe disabilities,
All from a slug?
requiring around-the-clock care. His mother became his full-time caregiver. Sam's friends were devastated by what their dare had caused. In 2018, 8 years after swallowing the slug, Sam Ballard died from complications related to the infection.
No.
He was 28 years old. His death highlighted the hidden dangers that can lurk in seemingly innocent dares. Sam's friends carried the weight of what had happened for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, but they didn't carry the slug inside of them, and that's why Sam was the one who got sick. Our family, we are learning a lot in today's video. Never eat a slug. If I didn't already have to mention that already.
The fireworks incident. On October 24,
Fireworks?
2024,
Uh-oh.
during Diwali celebrations in Bengaluru, India,
Ooh,
a group
that's
of friends
beautiful.
gathered to celebrate the Festival of Lights. Fireworks were everywhere. The night air was filled with explosions and colorful displays. The men had been drinking, and the atmosphere was festive and reckless. Someone brought out a large box of fireworks and suggested a dare. They
Uh-oh.
challenged a 32-year-old man in the group to sit on top of the box while they lit the fuses.
What?
Friends laughed and egged him on. The man, emboldened by alcohol and peer pressure, agreed. He climbed onto the box and sat down.
Oh my gosh, is he gonna shoot up like a firework himself? He's literally gonna turn into a human firework.
His friends lit the fireworks. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the entire box exploded beneath him. The force of the blast was catastrophic.
Okay, this is super dangerous IRL, but in this cartoon animation, it kind of looks like he just did a little toot from behind that was a little bit too big. But again, in real life, super dangerous. Do not ever play with fireworks.
The man was thrown into the air. The explosives detonated with tremendous power,
Oh my
causing
gosh.
fatal injuries. Friends screamed and rushed to help, but it was too late. Emergency services arrived quickly, but the man died at the scene from his injuries. Witnesses told police it had been part of a dare. The case received widespread coverage across India. News outlets showed footage of the aftermath, warning others about the dangers of combining alcohol, fireworks, and peer pressure. The man's family was left to mourn a senseless death. His friends who had encouraged the dare were left traumatized and guilt-ridden. Authorities used the incident as a warning during future Diwali celebrations.
Play with fireworks. R.I.P.
Senior assassin incident. On a day in May 2025, high school seniors in Arlington, Texas, were participating in Senior Assassin, a popular end-of-school tradition.
What is that?
The game involves students chasing each other with water guns, trying to eliminate opponents. It's meant to be harmless fun, a way for graduating seniors to bond before heading to college. Players track each other's locations and stage surprise attacks.
Oh.
That afternoon, 17-year-old Isaac Leal was participating in the game with friends. They had spotted their target and began pursuit in a Jeep. The chase intensified.
In a
The vehicle
Jeep?
accelerated through streets. The adrenaline was high. The teenagers were laughing and yelling,
Oh no, were they racing with their car?
caught up in the excitement of the game. As the pursuit continued, Isaac climbed onto the back of the moving Jeep. He was trying to get a better position during the chase. Friends later said he was riding on the exterior of the vehicle. Then the Jeep hit a bump in the road. Isaac lost his grip and fell from the moving vehicle onto the street. His head hit the pavement with devastating force. The Jeep screeched to a halt. Friends jumped out, screaming. Someone called emergency services. Isaac was rushed to the hospital with catastrophic head injuries. For weeks, he remained in intensive care, clinging to life. Doctors did everything they could. His family kept vigil at his bedside, but the injuries were too severe. In early June 2025, after weeks in the hospital, Isaac Leal died from his injuries.
No!
Investigators confirmed the death occurred during the Senior Assassin game. The incident sparked debate about whether such games should be banned. Some schools across Texas immediately prohibited the tradition.
And family, I immediately prohibit you to go along with very dangerous and crazy truth or dare games. I dare you to smash like on today's video if you liked it and subscribe to Anything Alexia. Click any video right here for the next Anything Alexia episode or click right here to go get an Anything Alexia plushie. Me and all the NUGGY characters love you so much and we'll see you all in tomorrow's video.